Hello everyone, welcome to the discussion on international relations, approaches to the study of international relations. As we have taken up approaches in this series as unit 1, so let's start today with critical international theory as one of the approaches to international relations. Let's begin with non-state actors as our study of contemporary international relations cannot be complete without a review of the role of several powerful non-state actors. So the rapid increase in the number of nation-state system we have already done them, was accompanied by the emergence of several powerful non-state actors in international relations. They affect the state-centric international system as it has undergone a big change due to the rise of these non-state actors. These have seriously affected the operation of sovereignty and nationalism in the international environment. These are very important terms, the term sovereignty and nationalism. These are being affected by the operations of non-state actors, their activities and their role. They have become important, very popular, and they are highly useful perspective in the contemporary studies of international relations. Now, question arises, what are non-state actors? The non-state actors in contemporary international relations are referred to variously as transnational actors or transnational organizations, intergovernmental actors, non-governmental actors, or multinational actors. The distinguishing property of all non-state actors is that though their whole activities cover the people and objects in various states of the world, they are not formally associates of the government or the states. The interaction among these non-state actors and their role in the international system are collectively referred as transnational interactions. Now, what does the transnational interactions mean? The term transnational interactions covers the movement of tangible and intangible items across the state boundaries when at least one actor is not an agent of a government or an intergovernmental organization. So these are known by various names as IGOs, that is Intergovernmental Organization, International Non-Governmental Organization, Non-Governmental Organization and Transnational Organization and Transnational Corporations, or you have also heard of the name of MNCs like multinational corporations. So let us now first take up the Intergovernmental Organization. So Intergovernmental Organization is one which is a permanent institution and created by three or more government or states for serving some mutual purposes. An NGO or INGO is an organization that is created by private citizens or groups drawn from three or more countries. Every international organization which has not been created by means of intergovernmental agreements can be called as a non-governmental organization, that is NGO, or international non-governmental organization, that is INGO. It is called an international organization because people or groups of at least three states have organized it, and it is called non-governmental because in their organization and work the government has no role to play. So that has become very clear that what are the NGOs and the IGOs. And I'll be discussing the difference later. Let us now first next take up ISO, that is an interstate organization. So an interstate organization is one in which is organized by three or more states, but which may accept members which are non-sovereign states but have governments. So here you can take example of International Telecommunication Union or Universal Postal Union as an ISO, that is an international interstate organization. So what happens is that each such organizations comes into being through a formal treaty or agreement among the member states, and these are usually classified into two kinds: intergovernmental organizations and the non-governmental organizations. So what is the basic difference between the IGOs and the NGOs, that is the intergovernmental organization and the non-governmental organization? So intergovernmental organization means the organizations which have no non-governmental representations, and non-government organizations are those organizations which are totally free from government representations and which have been voluntarily organized by the people of various states for promoting or protecting their shared interests and objectives. However, NGOs are in a position to function only when the government of the state grant them permission to function. So they are basically vulnerable and dependent for their operations on the states, the NGOs. Like examples of NGOs, you can take Amnesty International or other human rights group. There are so many human rights groups working for human rights. There are so many social welfare organizations that are working for environment or working for social welfare of people. There are a number of youth organizations, United Nations Environmental Program, United Nations Disaster Relief Organization, United Nations Fund for Population Activities. These are some of the examples of the INGOs, that is the International Non-Governmental Organizations. As I have already said at the start of the lecture, that the emergence of the non-state actors at international fora has been affecting the functioning of the nation-state system, or has been affecting the major concepts of nationalism and sovereignty. So the emergence of nation-state actors and the transnational relations has attacked the state-centric international system of relations among nations. These non-state actors have compelled a change in the concepts of sovereignty and nationalism. These have affected the role of nation states as the main actors of international relations. As while discussing the nation state system, we came to know, we observed that nation states are the key or the basic unit of action at the international system. Here you can see that after the emergence of the nation non-state actors, the concept have undergone a major change and their role is affected. The role of nation state has been affected by the non-state actors at international relations. The policies, the decisions, and the actions of the nation states now bear the influence of the existence and activities of the non-state actors, because the non-state actors have emerged as powerful non-political, commercial, economic, cultural, environmentalist, and trading actors in the international environment. They have also contributed towards the growth of internationalism, dilution of nationalism in favor of universalism, and the emergence of several strong and peaceful development and ecological movements you also see. At the same time, non-state actors are pursuing their interest largely outside the direct control of nation states, while at the same time frequently involving governments in particular problems as the result of their activity. So we have now come to the MCQ part of the lecture. So an interstate organization is one and which is organized by three or more states, but which may accept members which are non-sovereign states that have government, and there is a difference between the intergovernmental organization and the non-governmental organization, as we have discussed that there cannot be any IGO without no non-government interference, and there can't be any NGO with government interference. So this is the basic difference between the NGO and the IGOs. Amnesty International is an NGO, that is a non-governmental organization. As I have already said, that there are various organizations for working for the social welfare cause, either for environment or human rights. So NGOs are the organizations that are created by private citizens or group drawn from three or more countries. Amnesty International was founded in London in 1961 following the publication of the article "The Forgotten Prisoners" in The Observer on 28 May 1961 by the lawyers Peter Benson and Philip James. These are important dates to be remembered and place where it has been located or its headquarters. These are the general questions which are also asked in your NT and NET exams. So, Greenpeace is an international environment non-governmental organization which uses a strategy of what it calls nonviolent creative confrontation to highlight environmental misdeeds by corporations, industries, and governments. The intergovernmental organizations are typically organized by their membership and by their purpose. For example, the United Nations is called a global organization because all countries are allowed to have a membership of the organization. It was founded in 1945, 24th October. The United Nations is the single largest intergovernmental organization in the world. The United Nations Charter, the treaty establishing the United Nations, lists its main purposes as maintaining international peace and security, developing relations among nations, working to solve international issues, promoting human rights, and being a central place for harmonizing the actions of nations. This is another very important international non-governmental organization. So Human Rights Watch, that is HRW, is an international non-governmental organization which is headquartered in New York City and that conducts research and advocacy on human rights. Human Rights Watch was co-founded by Robert L. Bernstein and R.A. Neve as a private American non-governmental organization in 1978 under the name of Helsinki Watch.